Hello, hello, hey, hello, 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 hey, hello, 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 hey, hello, 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 hey, hello, hello. Hey, hi, and hello. My name is Jerusalem Truth. I am an artist, astro hoe, tarot reader, woo-woo lady, and hoodoo baby. And I would love to give you a very personal welcome or welcome back to this here YouTube channel, Temperance Apothecary. This is the YouTube esoteric wing of my pre-existing business, Temperance Apothecary, where I sell and create custom candles, all inspired by Ganyan and Anchor symbols and tarot cards. So if you are interested, you can go ahead and go over to our website at temperanceapothecary.com and check that out, as well as any personal readings I offer in general life, love and romance, and career and development, as well as some custom creativity readings. So just get over there and check it on out, right? Right. Neil, I did record this video already, and I'm moving too fast. Took my SD card out. My computer didn't process the video correctly. Hoopla, whatever. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. I uploaded it. 7 different people watched it hella fast. And then, of course, I had to take it down. So I am, one, going to take it as a note that, okay, Mercury retrograde, I see you, girl. And 2, we clearly had some other messages. 1, 2, 3, as I see that. So, yeah, we're on the right path. We are on the right path, but I wanted to do a monthly collective energy read. This is timeless whenever you see it. At the time of recording, it is July 2026, but whenever it's meant to find you is when it's going to find you. So I wanted to talk to Spirit just a little bit about what we can expect for the energy of the next month. A monthly energy read, if you will. I'm going to have our timer going so we can keep it, a cute length. Let's get into it. Spirit, what is the energy for the next month, and what can the collective expect? We have the 6 of Pentacles, which did come up in our OG one, but let's get into the cards. We have the Star, the Knight of Swords, and the 4 of Swords. Okay, similar messages to the first time, but you are getting up. You're getting up and you're getting to it. All right, can you clarify this for, actually, no. I'm going to take us week by week. Let's do a week-to-week energy read situation. That seems cool. So we just need the 4th week of the month. What is the overall energy? And then I want a card for the month itself. Oh, we got the Tower. I just heard drama. Are you the drama? Am I the drama? Are we the drama? Let's see. Oh, I love, okay. And then the overall energy, Knight of Wands. Interesting. I love that. So a lot of quick motion, quick fast. I just heard double time. Like somebody just started dancing. I'm also seeing and hearing Dance Dance Revolution. So clearly playing some games. But the first thing I saw and thought of when I saw the Knight of Swords literally running towards the Star is that you are quickly, and I do mean quickly, moving towards and approaching your healing. You're taking it very seriously. You're getting up, you're getting out. You're not letting yourself be bogged down or trapped in a house or trapped by a cage of your own creation within your mind. You end this month, these next 4 weeks, as the Queen of Wands. So you start at the Star, you move through the Knight of Swords, that's you getting some giddy up. Then, you have this 4 of Swords reversed energy. So let's see. Can you clarify this? But it's still giving motion, right? It's giving motion, and it's almost giving like, and okay. A lot happened at once. We have the 2 of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords flipped over while I was shuffling, so I'm going to take her out. And then Temperance literally flipped out, and then it flipped out like this under the 4 of Swords. So clearly, week 3 is around finding that balance. You start off with the Star, which is this week, this upcoming energy read. If you have not checked it out, I posted it yesterday. At the time of you seeing this, it would have been yesterday. Don't mind me being in the same outfit. Mind your business. But we start with the Star, which is major healing, literally. And it's you entering the month in a rejuvenated state of being, or better yet, you committing to and doubling down on your rejuvenation, and you deciding, okay, We're in a new chapter. Again, if you're watching this at the time of recording, it's July 2026. We just crossed over into the second half of the year. But anytime you see this, it is clearly a time where you have decided to turn over a new leaf. The Two of Pentacles just jumped out too. You are turning over a new leaf and finding a balance between your emotional well-being and your physical, spiritual, mental well-being, right? You have, Four of Cups, Five of Wands. Yeah, okay, so you might have been the Hanged One. Really, I just heard hanging yourself out to dry, which, we've all been there. But at the same time, this first half of the year might have been dragging. This first half of the year might have been you. Yes, you had goals, but yeah, Page of Wands reversed. You weren't necessarily putting your good foot forward. Oh my gosh. All right, we got some jumpers. You weren't putting your good foot forward. Not because you didn't want to, but it's giving a fear, right? Before the Star, if I remember correctly. Is the Star before or after? Never mind. The Star, actually, nope, never mind. I can't count. And the Roman numerals are messing me up. But the Star is literally that rejuvenation. It's also you, I love to call it the pouring some out for your homies card, right? Because you see how they're pouring both behind them. Yeah, I'm trying to convert their boobies. They're pouring behind them. And let's hold it like this. They're pouring behind them and they're pouring in front of them, right? And that's what, especially with this Two of Pentacles and Strength card, it's like you're looking back on the past 6 months, the past 12 months, the past 18 months, the past 2-3 years, right? And really saying, I make peace. I make peace with the parts of myself that have come and gone, that I am balancing, that I am reconfiguring at this time in my life. I make peace with that. I pour some out for the previous versions of myself that I have put to rest, that have forcibly died, right? Ego death type things. But then also quite literally, so much has happened in the last few years or maybe last few months for you that maybe you really are grieving. And maybe you're a little more sensitive too. I just took my watch off and I've had it on all day, but it just felt like extra tight. So you are relieving yourself. Pause. Is what I just heard. You're relieving yourself where you are literally letting it all hang out. You're not constricting yourself anymore. You're not holding yourself to old boundaries or limits. You are working your new resources, working your new attitude, right? You are being confident, you are being bold, and you are making peace and making love with the parts of yourself that you previously thought were beastly or not worth paying attention to, right? Then we have week 2, Knight of Swords. After you get into this healing energy, after you, rejuvenate, pour one out for the homies, allow yourself to heal, it's time to go. It's time to get up. All right, it's time to really move forward. And it's funny because you got the Knight of Wands as the overall energy for the month. So this is definitely an action-oriented month. This is a time where you are taking purposeful action. And it's so interesting because the Knight of Swords looks like their horse is really like pounding the ground, running. And then the Knight of Wands is almost like a Mustang bucking, right? So it's like the different night energies showing up here. One is telling me that by week 2, you are now applying action and applying movement to these ideas, to I'm hearing wealth, the wellspring, or the spring that has sprung in your mind, in your heart, in your body. I'm hearing, like, I'm focusing a lot on this person, their naked body is out. Like, you are literally letting it all hang out. So this might be the week you go to the beach, or you have a yoni steam, ? That's very specific. But it is definitely a time where you are being gentle with yourself. And at the same time, by week 2, you have been so gentle with yourself that you're like, all right, it's time to go. It's time to go. Spirit, what is the collective moving towards while in this Knight of Swords energy? 6 of Pentacles. Interesting. You're moving towards more reciprocal. Yeah, okay. Not only are you moving towards it, the High Priestess, when I cut the deck, you are moving into and through a co-creation, co-collaboration spirit. I was going to say time with spirit, but clearly you are moving from a co-collaborative space and spirit, right? We have this 6 of Pentacles, the Page of Wands reversed, but then the Empress clarifying. And that's what you are moving towards. So you are moving towards some I was going to say like hallmark, because major arcana represents major themes, right? A hallmark moment. There's so many messages and like slips that are happening that I'm taking as spirit. 1010, as I say that. You are being gifted something by spirit. And in receiving that gift, you recognize it's not just something for you to hold on to yourself. And you also recognize this gift ain't nothing to sniff at. Like, it's not no little deal, or like just, oh, it's just something I do. Like, you are recognizing that, no, this is the Empress. Like, this is the thing that can change my life. This is the thing that creates a new life. This is the thing that allows me to be and embody the gift that just keeps on giving to myself and to others, right? So by week 2, you are charging full steam ahead in your creatrix bag. You're taking what spirit is giving you and transmuting it. You're not being insecure. You're moving from a place of confidence. You're also moving from a place of assumed receptivity, right? You know that what you are meant to offer, the gifts that you bring to the table, there's an audience for it, and you're not going and searching for this audience. You're not hesitating, looking curiously at the stick. You know what you got. You know what you got, and you're applying it. That's what the Empress has, and that makes sense going into week 3, because then you have the Four of Swords, the Temperance jumped out, and then the Queen of Swords. And I was going to ask Spirit, what exactly is the vibe, the energy, right? And so after these first 2 weeks where you are healing, you're allowing yourself to really fully embody who you want to be now as opposed to who you have been. And in doing so, getting your creatrix bag, really, I'm hearing hopping on the train, like you're ready to go. I actually just saw the visual of someone. Is this from a movie or just the image, Spirit? But when, people used to run along freight trains and like hop on, that's what these first 2 weeks of the next month, especially that second week, is giving. And you are then realizing what a gift it is to be able to create and to create for yourself. By week 3, you are in this Four of Swords energy, but it's reversed, because you recognize now is not the time to let up. All gas, no brakes. 12:23, as I say that, it's all gas, no brakes. But Spirit is telling you, I would almost say warning you, to still find balance and moderation. Don't just, what do I want to say? Don't be a bitch for the sake of being a bitch. I don't even talk like that, but that might be a message for someone. I think around week 3, at least at the time of recording, is also when Mercury goes into retrograde. So it can be a little easy to, get a little sharp with the tongue, to chit chat. The Spirit is saying, do not, because you are applying energy, because you are moving forward, because you have committed to your journey, and because you have elevated, right? Because you've gone from the Knight of Swords to the Queen of Swords. Literally in a week. It's boom, just that fast. Don't think that now because you are in this position that you have to be something you're not, or you have to put on in a certain way. Now hold your boundaries, right? With this Four of Swords reversed, you are definitely still getting active. But this Queen of Swords is literally seated. Meanwhile, the Temperance is standing. You see how they're all three doing very different things. One person laying down, one person sitting up, one person standing. And that gives me the impression that by week 3, yes, you are in this creatrix. I am in love with myself, and I love the way that I show up and who I am energy. You are also being called to balance that with rest, and to balance that with mental clarity. When you know better, do better. Don't just, okay, well, I bossed up on you hoes and now I gotta, does that make sense? That's interesting. We're gonna come back to that. But by the time it's all said and done, it simmers out, because how do you end the next month? Miss Girl, okay? The Queen of Wands, you have, you have evolved, you have adapted, you have embodied, you have integrated. That's the word. Thank you, Spirit. By week 4, you have integrated all the necessary pieces and parts of yourself to then move forward into, I'm hearing these next 3 months. Go check out our next 3 months pick a pile. dropping tomorrow at the time of you seeing this. But with that said, you have done the work. You have done the work. This is a lightning fast month, right? Yeah, we have the moon reversed, King of Pentacles on the bottom. You also maybe, and then death. You are definitely transforming in this next month. The Tower, and it may be prompted by some stuff you weren't expecting, by some unexpected chaos, what have you, or it just may be quickly. It just may be an instant where, boom, the tower falls. Now you got to build again. And so you're looking out and assessing, oh, okay, I got to do this. I got to put this back in place. I'm getting almost like, yeah, 8 of Pentacles. It's not about how hard you work either. 8 of Swords reversed. 8 of Pentacles reversed into the 8 of Swords reversed. Tells me that it's not about how hard you work. It's literally your mindset. It's not about you doing more. It's what are you doing with the energy you have, the tools you have, the resources you already have. Yeah. Oh, we have the Sun. We have the 8 of Wands. We have the Knight of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles. All right. All right. And then Death on the bottom. All right. This next month, child, is one where once it clicks, it clicks. Once it clicks, it clicks. Let's get our money spread, our tarot spread. Thumbnail. Anyway, you, by the end of this month, are reaping the rewards of this emotional, spiritual, physical, metaphysical work that you are doing. And it seems like it's coming out of nowhere, but I'm getting the impression, especially with us starting at the Star card, that you are already on the way. Literally, like the star precedes the sun. And then we got the moon reverse, and then we got the sun. So you are well on your journey. And so by the end of this month, you're sitting pretty as the Queen of Wands, like, I look good, but I make it look sexy. Like, that's the vibe you're on. 5 of Swords reversed. No, what? 5 of Swords upright. And then the High Priestess on the bottom. Knight of Pentacles when I cut the deck. You're preoccupied watching other people's business. You'll be so busy. You've been so busy minding other people's business that you ain't been minding yours. And then we have the Emperor under this 5 of Swords. But Spirit, can you clarify this 5 of Swords? Real quick for me. But this is clearly going to be a good month if you cannot tell. Okay. Snake. Yeah, 7 of Pentacles is what jumped out. What do we have on the bottom? 4 of Wands. And then the King of Cups. Yeah, you can't. Comparison is the thief of joy, period. You cannot be comparing your garden to someone else's, and at the same time, you can't be so busy looking back that you are not looking forward. The things that are in the rearview mirror appear closer than they are. 1818 when I said that. That doesn't mean they're actually upon you. And the more you look back, now this actually wasn't the OG reading. It's not the time to look back. This is not the month to look back. It is forward, always. I remember hearing that in Luke James on Netflix, so maybe you've watched that series, and if not, highly recommend. At any rate, this is not a time to be looking over your shoulder, all right? And it's not that you are meant to be living in the future, though, obviously, you can choose to jump timelines at any time. And that's what this month feels like. It feels like you decided at the beginning of the month, I am healed. Of course, 5 of Swords on the bottom again. And then we have 5 of Pentacles in the World. And these, in the World reverse, these flipped. Tell me more about this, Spirit. Tell me more about this. What are you trying to communicate to the collective about this month? Judgment. And then 9 of Cups. There are going to be people that expect you to, 6 of Cups. There are going to be people that expect you to move how you've always moved. And when you start to move different, when you start to show up differently, when you stop liking the same things, or you just have evolved, it will be those people that, remind you, oh, remember when we were shooting in the gym? Remember when we were struggling together? Remember when we were being petty and messy together? And try to bring you back to that version of yourself. And they want you to not complete the loop. They don't want you to evolve. They don't want you to move on to the next level because they know they're not coming with you. Period. Like the Judgment card coming out, that's literally the step before the world. So people are over here, Five of Pentacles, trying to distract you, make you think that you don't have what you need, or, you know, you need support that you don't have. Because that's the thing. You are very well supported. They're going to try to convince you, girl, ain't nobody was with you when you was cold outside trying to make it but me. So there's a certain loyalty they may expect or anticipate. But this Judgment card is telling me that Spirit is saying, girl, wake up and smell the coffee, right? Wake up and smell the roses. Wake up and smell the shit. Mierda. Whatever you need to wake up and smell. But the call is coming from inside the house. Especially with this Mercury retrograde. Yeah, I'm getting the vision or the visual of, see, Page of Swords. Looking back over your shoulders. Somebody is trying, and Six of Pentacles when I got the deck. Somebody is trying to convince you you don't got it like you think you got it, or you feel you got it, or you know you got it. You know what I mean? Somebody's trying to convince you you ain't got it like that, and that's just simply not the case. It's simply not the case. But Spirit, what final messages do you have for the collective, for this monthly collective read? Give it to me straight, short, and sweet, please. Please. Ooh, we got the Knight of Cups. The Five of Pentacles reverse jumped out. I don't know this, right? And then the High Priestess on the bottom. There may be someone coming towards you with a gift, with kind words, with support. And it's going to be when these people or these places try to convince you that you're not supported, or that people don't want to fuck with you, or that they don't love you. This is a month of using discernment for sure. And don't just let yourself be guided by, oh, well, this is how it's always been. And see, you have Page of Wands reversed, whereas this other person, this other energy showed up as the Page of Swords upright. So there is a difference in where you are in your journeys, and that's okay. But yeah, see, I cut the deck. Five of Swords, Six of Cups. They're trying to drag you back into some old energy, and we're leaving that there. 222 as I said that. But as far as what you have to look forward to, the Knight of Cups, baby, that's love, that's romance, that's sexy. That's not just romance in a romantic, sexual way, but romanticizing your life. Like, this is a month where people are seeing confirmation. People are seeing just how much effort and love and care you are putting into your way of being and your way of showing up, and they want to match that. They know they have to match that. See, Queen of Cups and Five of Pentacles again, reversed again. They know they have to match your energy, and so by you elevating in that way, it's not just forcing others to recognize, oh, we're not on the same wavelength anymore, we are not equally yoked anymore, but it's also making new people recognize High Priestess. I gotta come correct. Yeah. Ace of Swords. And Strength again. The last message, because this is the third time the High Priestess has come out. And then under her was Judgment. Seven of Wands when I cut the deck. Girl. Give me the tea. Give me the tea for the collective. Give me the tea for the collective. Again, it is going to be a Mercury retrograde around July 14th. So, girl, protect your neck. Protect your neck. Keep your head cool. Watch what you say. Say what you mean. Do what you say. Double check, triple check. Breathe before you send that message for sure. But High Priestess, can you please let me know what you were trying to communicate to the collective at this time for the month ahead? And then we're going to close out. All right. Strength reversed. Yeah. Maybe some Leo energy. They are known to get a little envious, but you ain't hear that from me. Yeah. Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Four of Swords reversed, and the Six of Pentacles. Sometimes the best thing you can do is dine by yourself. That was so specific. Sometimes the best thing you can do is pour into yourself. And the Queen of Pentacles with this High Priestess, as far as what she's trying to communicate, is giving me the impression that they're telling you, you are ready. You're ready. You already have the thing that you need. You already are the embodiment of abundance. You just have to, Eight of Cups, bag lady, put down the baggage, get the up, and receive the gifts that you're meant to receive, but also give your gifts. Over this next month, healing isn't just, okay, I'm healing for myself and I'm pouring my energy back into myself. No, the point is that you are supposed to pay it forward. Reach one, teach one, you know? And this Queen of Pentacles, she has so much to teach others. Knight of Wands, that as you start to gain more confidence in yourself through action, that's when you are able to see, oh, Six of Wands, victory. Victory is yours. I know that's right. Thank you for those messages. That was all from the High Priestess, Miss Girl. But thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, please check back in, comment down below anything that resonated with you or what may come up during the next month whenever you are seeing this. And I'm still shuffling, so Spirit, clearly there's a closing message you'd like me to deliver. What is that? Strength. Strength and the Six of Cups. Knight of Pentacles when I cut the deck. The tortoise ultimately won. Okay? Okay, I want to say it straight up. What's up, Spirit? Be courageous enough to leave the past where it was. Let sleeping dogs lie. And even if they didn't woke up, you either put them bitches back to bed or you step out the yard. Okay? I don't know who just came through with that message, but that was for somebody. I'm going to leave y'all with that. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.